Yeah, it hit me really hard as it would, and it triggered all this hurt locker of pain from the past. And for about a month or two, I was just in this cave, playing video games and. Back to the channel, and in this video, Glow in the Dark Lifestyle, we are talking about the two biggest things, the two biggest losses you will face in your life, and the third one not necessarily, so it's kind of 2 out of 3. Anyway, the first one is a relationship loss, the second one is a job loss, and the third one is a physical impediment of some sort. And 2020, I was so blessed to have all three happen in quick succession. COVID-19 hit, and that was the loss of the job. Around the same time, a loss of a relationship, a romantic relationship, and a platonic friendship, both lost within the same week. And a physical impediment. I had a head injury a couple of months after that. And it hit me really hard as it would, and it triggered all this hurt locker of pain from the past. And for about a month or two, I was just in this cave, playing video games. And I don't play much video games anymore. You know, that used to be my old kind of vice growing up many years ago. But it was like an instant trigger for me. All this free time with lockdown, and I spent months just blocking everybody out and playing video games, going back to old negative habits of pornography, and it was a very dark hellhole that I was in. And looking back on it now, it's been 6, 7, 8 months. I'm grateful for it happened, because the amount of growth and healing and transformation that I've gone through in that period would not have happened if those events didn't happen. And I guess I want to maybe give you some tips of ways to deal with that if you're ever going through a loss like that, whether be it romantic, be it a job, be it a physical impediment. I've come up with a few tips for you. So the first one is the wave will pass. I've said this before in many other videos, but it's so super important when you're in the thick of it. It feels like, there is no way out, but understand, look back at your track record of everything that you've been through in your life, and you can trust yourself and say, hang on a minute, I've been through so much already. Are you going to say this is the end with this? And as dark as the hole is, know that wave will pass. And you may even be grateful for it if you do make it out of that hole. And you will make it out of that hole. Trust you have that power within to get through any problem. I firmly believe every human has that power within, because every beginning has an end. So that's the first one. The second one is, with any kind of loss like that, it can be super healing if you can get closure with that person or that loss directly. So I think what a lot of people do is it comes out in a reactive way, and it's like I was walking down the road the other day, and this guy was talking to his girlfriend, and it sounded like they were having a breakup, but all I could hear was swear words, and he was just incredibly angry, and all I could think was how different my approach was with my breakup, and how different it made me feel, because I managed to get my words out in an authentic way. And I was not sad that it was over. I was happy that it happened. And I just let that person know exactly how I felt about them. And very genuinely, not in a bitter, negative way, but, I said along the lines of, I was very grateful for what had happened, the experience that we shared. And that was it. There was no bitterness at all, as much as I wanted it to continue. It just wasn't the right time, and there was more healing that maybe we both needed to do in our own journeys. But boom, that saved me months of heartache, a lot less heartache because of that closure. And I guess if you can't get that closure, then very difficult. a lot of people tell you need to let that go, but I believe that you have to take that sting out of that before you can let it go, because things like that can last for years and years and years. I certainly have learned from the past where I haven't gotten that closure, and it's left me in a bit of a rut subconsciously. So if that's you, then try and take the sting out of the loss. If you can't get that direct closure, then you need to see what needs aren't being met, see what needs are hurt, and honor those and hear them out for what they are, and allow that healing process to take place, which may take some time, but trust that every beginning has an end, and that wave will pass. And the third point is, this is one piece in your puzzle, so you can't let this one singular loss or event define you and who you are. Looking back now, as I said, 6-7 months from that crazy period in my life, I look back and I'm quite happy and grateful, because the amount of growth that's happened, I think I said this before, but I'll say it again, the amount of growth has been huge, has been amazing. And if you can flip, they say, the juicier the pain, the juicier the healing. So if you're going through some dark times, trust that you're forming some super strong bonds and some super strong healing is on the way. Diamonds are formed under pressure, I think was the quote I read the other day. Diamonds under pressure, grapes are crushed to make the sweet juices of wine. So trust the process, and a problem shared is a problem halved. So never be, if you're going through something like that, feel free to send me a message below. I'd be more than happy to help you through, because every problem that a human has is a problem that another human has surely had. We tend to think these problems are universal, not universal, are personal, but they are quite universal when you talk to other people. And to get that inner relief, I'd say trust your inner self, and the self that's taken the loss. You really need to work through that. That's the sort of trauma release, shadow work that I'm talking about, which is super important and often overlooked. So don't overlook your emotions, honor your emotions, honor yourself, keep being strong, keep being a warrior of the light, and the wave will pass. Wesley Fine is signing out. Peace.